Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, everybody. Stream is on. Let me put a link to the thing in the chat there. And I should also probably go check my YouTube and put a link there. Your channel. Mm-hmm. Oh, you freaking little. There you go. Probably not, Rough. I was just probably not gonna be a cat cam. I was just busy sending this message out. In fact, I'll make a post about it. Gonna wait about a couple minutes. Just let people join, and if anyone wants to join in the fun down here, they can. Should be fun. Should be fun. Hush you. Can I... Oh, that's the cat. You already ate. Go back and sleep. Can't even get the cat in frame. She's over there somewhere. She's off to go. I don't know what she's doing. She is an interesting little creature. Anyway, 4 more minutes till we get started. Oh, brother. Okay. Yeah, not much happening. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep a schedule to this whole thing. That's why I'm kind of just waiting till 12 to start the fun. Okay, I think we're close enough to the start time. I'll start talking. So welcome everybody to the Thoroughbred Beatdown event recap stream. Today we'll be going over the event I went to last week. The Thorughbred Beatdown held in Ocala, Florida, by the wonderful Robert and Helen of the Fire Wolf Robotics team. Good event overall, and hopefully we can have some fun just discussing stuff and reacting to the fights. I can give some insightful commentary. Right, let me add to stage. There we go. Yeah, what else to do? I do hope someone from the event decides to join us. That would be, as we say, fun. There we go. Right. So I might as well start with. Actually, let me remove this for a second. Might as well start with the. Oh, there's Caden. Hi, Caden. Hey, don't worry. Your robots that you were commissioned to build, they'll pop up soon enough. And yeah, he was also there just watching because he didn't bring Powerball or anything. Would have been cool if he did, but he was busy, I think. But yeah, Caden was there as well. So for this event, yeah, commission cameo. So for this event, I had brought a new version of Fluorine. This is my first one after the Utah event, and as some of you probably already know, and as I've said elsewhere, and as you've probably seen elsewhere, I redesigned Fluorine, completely for this event. If you've already seen, it's a lot wider, but it's also has a smaller area, so it's a lot more compact on the inside. I redesigned the fork mounts so that they actually look better. They're a lot more sturdy, comparatively speaking, to the old ones. They're also better spaced. And I had to have a new frame made, which is nice. Aside from that, not much different, but yeah, a lot wider. Hopefully it'll drive better, the robot, and not fly around when it hits stuff. That was the hope going into this event, and I was feeling pretty confident. So my first fight of the day was against. Yeah, brother. Yeah, they do. My first fight of the day was against a drum spinner by the name of, I think, Little Skeeter, as you can see here. Hold on. There we go. Was against a drum spinner you'll see in a second called Little Skeeter. I was a bit nervous before this fight because drum spinners are pretty tough to fight against. Oh, look who's arrived. Jupiter has arrived. I also should mention that for this event, I brought along 2 Texas Roadhouse free appetizer gift cards that my parents had gotten when they donated blood. We don't go to Texas Roadhouse at all. Like, none of us like the place, so we just had these random gift cards, and I figured I'd give them out at this event because I know the UF team likes that restaurant, so I brought it because I figured I'd give it to one of them. And I had 2 of them, so I was going to give the other one to someone else for some reason. So that was also there. Anyway, first fight was against a robot called Little Skeeter. Let me skip ahead because this video is kind of long. There it is. There we go. That's better. This is Little Skeeter. It's just a little drum spinner with like an aluminum drum, which they're selling on. It's like a repeat hub thing they've added to the store, one of the stores. And he, tough little looking guy. Never fought him before, but I was pretty nervous. But my plan was just kind of smack him in the sides and hope I'd win that way. Video's pretty long. I probably should have given better instructions on this. Anyway, you also notice the lack of squares, but anyway, that'll be funny later. Anyway, so here's the robot all ready to go. So let us see how this fight played out. Oh, immediately. Hit there, flips him over. Excellent shot. I get flipped. Of course I do. I gingerly move away. Smack him again. He stops moving at this point, and I'm like, oh, okay, I've won immediately. So I hit him again just to be sure. And then I back off because I think, oh, he's won. I won. Then I am looking at him, and I realize he starts moving. So I spin my weapon back up, point the right way. Nice get hit there. I'm still upside down at this point. Oop. A bit of a weird hit there. And in that hit, he rips off my little wheel washer. It's like the thing on like the wheel hub that keeps the wheel from sliding off sideways, which that coming off is a bit bad, but not like critical bad, because the wheel will still tend to hold on to the hub even without the washer. It just, if it gets hit again, it might fly off. But again, I'm doing okay right now, even though I'm still upside down. Let it get hit there. I fly into the wall. He's upside down, and I'm like, ooh, I see he has a clear bottom plate, so I might be able to rip through that, which might be fun. So I'm kind of trying to be careful at this point, not let him get to like my sides and my back, because I don't want him to do more damage. So I'm being kind of ginger right now. That wasn't exactly very ginger, as you can see. I absolutely just fling him into the wall, which is awesome. He lands back on his wheels. I'm still upside down, by the way. Land a good hit there. I fly around a bit more. Land a good hit there. That sends him flying again. Again, I'm just being very gentle and careful. I'm trying not to screw myself over at this point. Oh, hey, Robert. You're going to have fun later when we get to the fights I had with you and your wife, Helen. Anyway, another great hit there, which, let me just sort of back up. That like rips part of his wheel protection off. I do an amazing front flip and land right back on my feet finally. He's upside down, which is great. And so now I'm back on, now I can drive a bit better. I just start smacking him. He's having issues right now driving. This is still really loud, jeez. Okay, also, at this point, the robot briefly stops moving for some reason. And I'm not sure why. I had to, like, drop my throttle back down to 0 and I could start moving again, because for this entire fight, I was running the weapon at a pretty high throttle, or high amount of power. So I think that was causing some weird current draw issues, because I couldn't drive. But when I turned the weapon off, I could start driving again. So I was kind of being even more careful at this point, because like, okay, I don't want to die at the end of this fight and lose. Like right there, I wasn't moving because the weapon, I wasn't moving, so I had to drop the weapon again. So now I'm being even more ginger. So I'm being really careful. Gentle hits. I miss. I'm telling the commentators I'm being careful because I don't want to lose. Okay, kind of gentle hits at this point. I hit him again. At this point, he's not moving anymore, so I back off. I don't want to take more damage. And little Skeeter decides to tap out for some reason, so I get the win. And I lost an eye, because that was the thing that was happening as well. So, fight 1, I win by tap out. I did get this fun little bit from the guy afterwards, as you can see. This is like wheel guard. You can, I think, if you look carefully, really carefully, you can see a little bit like neon yellow. That's the paint from the weapon blade, because that's something I put on my weapons. So yeah, overall, good first fight. The drive issues were a bit weird. I suspected that it might have been the battery causing those issues, because I replaced the battery. I like swapped in a different battery, and I didn't have any other issue with the drive for basically the entire event, at least when it comes to me trying to throttle up fully and drive around. So I suspect it was a battery thing, because the battery I'm using is kind of old, or like it's been through a lot of fights. So I don't know. I switched to a new battery and everything seemed fine, ish. So yeah, that was that fight. We're off to a great start. Our next fight at the stage, there we go. Next fight was against Clowned, a fellow horizontal spinner. Let me just skip to the start of this thing. This fight is actually pretty short, and you're about to see why. So, the plan here for this fight was just kind of try and keep my weapon. Okay, crash on 4th. Thanks, Jupiter. I appreciate that. I'm probably not going to be on for more than like another hour, so it's just not going to be that long. We'll see. Anyway, so plan for Clowns was to just keep my weapon trying to face him forwards and maybe try and get a lucky hit at the wheels. That was the plan. Let's see how that went. So we've both been up. Good hit off immediately. Good hit there. I get launched near the wall, and I think at this point I make a pretty big drag mistake. Yeah. So I'm trying to hit Clown, but Clown does a pretty good job of dodging, and I for some reason turn, which is a bit stupid. And I'm going off to the side of Clown instead of straight at Clown. And because of that, Clown turns and manages to snipe my wheel. Now, normally this actually wouldn't be that bad of a problem, because normally the wheel would shear off a part of the wheel and just fly away, and I can still drive just kind of hobbling. In a really unlucky moment for me, that bit of broken wheel gets stuck underneath like this side of the robot, and for some reason it also manages to prop like this wheel, the left one. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but whatever. My left wheel off the ground. And so I can barely drive. The right wheel is getting jammed because that bit of wheel is also still stuck is covered in latex, and that didn't tear. So I can't like just rotate that wheel because it's part of it's stuck under the robot and it can't like twist itself free. So that wheel's stuck and the left wheel's stuck off the ground. So I can now barely drive, which is quite unfortunate. Which sucks because Cloud is also having drive issues, which I couldn't capitalize on. So I'm trying to get myself free. Okay, at this point I realize, okay, I can't really move. I have to be really careful because Cloud is now moving again. So my plan is now keep my weapon face towards them to the best of my ability. I overcook it and drive too much forward or turn too much and allow Cloud to get to my side. And they land a perfect shot right here, which tore through like the armor in the front on the left side and hit my wheel motor, causing it to explode, which killed that side of drive. And so now I couldn't move anymore. Yeah, and then I get hit again because I'm like still trying to figure out what is going on with my robot, because I'm still trying to get that wheel unstuck because I can still fight on one wheel. I get pinged into the wall, get stuck, and I'm like, yeah, screw this, and just tap out. Yeah, not my best fight. That was just poor driving, honestly. If I'd just been driving better, I probably would have won. But, you know, it all takes just one driving mistake and you're dead. Oh, oh, shut up, Roughhouse. Screw you. All right. You try driving one of these things in real life, then we'll see who comes out on top. Because these things are harder to drive than they look. And yeah, I think my problem was I think I was looking too much at Cloud and not enough at my own robot when I was doing that weird charge attack, which allowed him to get my side. It's again, these things happen. Even if you're like really good at the sport, bad mistakes do happen at every level. So, oh well, we lose. Thankfully, the damage wasn't too bad. The main problem, okay, so the repairs after that fight required me to swap out into a new chassis because that hit at the front left, sorry, bent the screw that holds in that side. So that screw, I had to like cut off the head to rip off the top plate. And because the screw was now stuck in the chassis, I just gave the chassis to the clown team because I couldn't really use it anymore because the screw was stuck, and I just couldn't be bothered trying to get the screw out. And I had a bunch of spare chassis with me, so I could easily swap to a new one, and I wound up doing that. And thankfully, I'd also fought ahead, and the spare chassis had a bunch of parts already attached to them, ready for swapping, like the drive motor hubs or mounts, sorry. Those like red finger tech things were already pre-installed because I figured I'd probably have to replace a chassis at least once, and that proved useful because it took me like 5 minutes to like undo the 4 bolts, take everything out, and shove everything into a new chassis. It doesn't take long at all. It's great. I am very happy with how I built this robot. So I had to swap to a new chassis, which fair enough, but damage aside from that and the broken drive motor, not too much damage. Like the gearbox was still fine, even though it took a direct hit, so that was good. So it took about 20 minutes to fix everything, which is a bit annoying, but wasn't too bad. More on-point targeting instead of weapon-to-weapon go burr. I mean, fair enough. I think that's like a nice plan. The problem with if you try to do that, trying to do that during a fight can be a bit difficult because the enemy is also trying to be smart and not just go weapon to weapon, or they might be trying to go weapon to weapon. So it's kind of hard to do that. And in retrospect, I probably should have tried to aim for the wheels more, but well, that's something I can use next time I fight him. Anyway, hold on, let me get a drink of my juice. Hashtag not sponsored. Anyway, next fight is me against a robot called Swamp Thing. Now, Swamp Thing was built by Ethan, who's who is also a part of the Gator Robotics team. Which is, so we had some in-team fighting, and he was the only other full combat antweight from UF. So of course we were fighting. Why wouldn't we? And the poor guy was having a bit of a rough event. I think he told me that his weapon on this robot could only be run at like 15%, like it's a throttle. Otherwise, it would like overheat and shut off for some reason, which does kind of suck. I think he also brought Reaper, his plastic antweight, and it was also having a bit of a rough day. But anyway, so this fight was my third as well, and I was a bit nervous because he had like a metal front plate and like some forks, and vertical spinner is going to be tough to fight. But again, my plan was just to try and be more careful this time and not let him get to my sides, and just keep the weapon kind of faced towards him and try and make it to his sides, and just basically not be dumb like the last fight. So let us see how that went.
Fight, robots, fight. Here we go.
Dang!
So good hit off the bat. I also should mention I replaced my wheels with brand new ones, both of them, which didn't have any tread on them. And for some reason, driving felt almost exactly the same as it did with the latex on the wheels. So that's interesting. Also, new forks that aren't color coded because I didn't have time to. I honestly just forgot to color them. I'll be honest. So yeah, good first hit. I get flung. I'm also not going like full throttle at him because I knew he was having like a bit of a rough day, so I didn't want to cause too many headaches for him trying to fix his bot up. And so I was kind of not being as full force as I probably could have. I was only running about half throttle at this point.
Okay.
And a good hit there. Being gentle. Nearly gets to my side there. Nice shot on the side there. I show my butt to him there. I rip his wheel off there, and again, pretty quick hits, not too much. Yeah, there we go. It's
Hey, we didn't need that. Try to
he flips me over because I'm gonna
punch the weapon.
again being gentle. At this point, I'm starting to cut into his weapon support. Good hit there.
My man, I'm surprised it's held up this long, bro. Flooring is cracked.
I appreciate that compliment from, I think that's Ryan, actually, which is pretty nice.
I'm upside down. I'm trying to be careful.
Again, I'm getting jeered from, well, not jeered, getting some advice from like one of the event or assistants, Toby, I think. She's nice. But again, like I said, I'm trying my best not to accidentally kill myself. Yeah, Caden, about the issues Swamp Thing was having. I don't know if it would be a phase short, because when the phase short, that means your weapon wouldn't rotate really at all. It would just kind of jitter back and forth if there was like a phase problem, because I've had phase issues before. And that's kind of what happens with phase problems, is the weapon will just kind of jitter back and forth and then just get really hot and, not work. So I don't know what his problem was. I think we gave him some advice of maybe trying out a hub motor instead of like the belts, see if that would eliminate a problem. Because I actually did give him a hub motor of mine. That was kind of slightly but I just gave it to him to use as like a visual aid if he wanted to redesign his robot, and he could like use it to like sketch around. At least that was like the goal of why I gave it to him. Anyway, so at this point, Swamp Thing's having issues. I, for some reason, show my butt to him, even like a complete dummy.
One more hit and it's gone.
I land one good hit on them, and he flipped him over.
Oh dang, bro, called it.
Yes, Ethan did call it. At this point, I just back off because he can't move, and it'd be kind of mean to hit him again.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knockout.
And so I win. Pretty chill fight, not too bad. Rough fight for Swamp Thing, but pretty quick and easy win for me, and I had no damage. Going into my next fight. So my next fight was against the vertical spinner of Shredder here. Now, Shredder, I think, is a kit bot, or at least it started as a kit bot, like a plastic ant-weight four-wheel drive vert that you can get, that I think Parakeet and like Helen used to be before they became Caden's death machines. And this was like an upgraded version of that kit. It's that it just with like a more TPU, I think, armor and chassis and like a metal weapon. And I was a bit nervous before this fight as well because, again, big mean vertical spinner with also no wedge. and just like kind of like a weird wedgie fork thing, as you can see here. So I was again a bit nervous because again, vertical spinners are tough to fight, especially for horizontal like mine. So let us see what happened. Also, you'll notice the squares I added it on the arena. This was me. I just sort of took my paint pens and just sort of quickly scrapped together a square. It was hilarious, I thought. Anyway, let's see what happens. Zooming out. I'm being slow and careful because, like I said, I really was, again, plan is here, just hit the sides. And I'm just being very careful, trying not to let him get to my side as well. I landed an amazing shot right there. Good shit there. And that right here, I flip myself over because, of course, I do, but I also flip him over. And at this point, I suddenly realize I have a golden opportunity on my hands because right about here, I realize, okay, his weapon is no longer spinning because I guess it just can't get the torque to like keep rotating, so he can no longer self-right. This means that he is exceptionally vulnerable. And so my plan from this point onwards was keep him upside down for as long as I can, and try not to hit him, and basically try not to hit him too hard, because hitting him too hard might cause him to flip back onto his wheels and he can start attacking me again. So for the rest of the fight, you're going to notice I'm not hitting him really that hard at all, and like the weapon keeps stopping every time I hit him. That is completely intentional. I'll keep playing the fight. So I'm kind of like at half throttle right now. So again, I'm being kind of gentle.
I don't want to flip him over. That's why. I'm being careful.
Yep. Landing pretty good hits, but I'm not really hitting it flat goosing the throttle.
I'm being careful.
He's now not moving. That was me trying to like hit the wheels to see if I could like cut into the chassis or something. But like his armor is actually surprisingly tough, so I basically did no damage to his like underside despite the really low power but still pretty big hits. Good hit there.
I know, I'm being careful.
Being gentle again, good hit. Okay, also at this point in the fight, I start doing an interesting strategy of where I spin my weapon to a pretty high speed, then I cut the throttle and run into him, with the idea being I wouldn't be damaging my motor in any way by doing this. And that's why the weapon just kind of comes to a stop after every hit from like here on out, I think.
Oh yeah, the turn on the weapon and then turn off the weapon and let the weapon hit him.
Thank you. I think Ryan that is again.
That way it doesn't like stall the motor. Shot after shot. As long as you don't have braking. Braking is not, I don't think. I don't have braking. I'm being careful. I'm just being gentle, all right? I don't want to break something by accident on me.
Like, and I immediately proved my own point by flying myself across the arena on like a half power hit.
See what I mean?
I could tombstone him, but here I nearly blow it because I don't back away in time, and he somehow gets like stuck to me, and I can't back away. I get away there, get stuck again, get away there. And at this point, the fight's almost over, so I can pretty much survive anything he can throw at me. So now I decide, okay, I'll give him one big old shot. I land one final shot that gets him stuck on the wall. And Florian does have a deaf roughhouse. I just never really spin fast enough for people to notice it. And it's usually masked by the other robot in the arena I'm fighting because they also have a deaf hum. So yeah, that fight managed to last to the judges, which I won pretty handedly. that fight was probably the most stressful fight I've ever had, like ever in one of the most stressful fights I've ever had, because I was basically constantly on edge of don't flip him over, don't flip him over, don't flip him over, and just try not to hit him too hard or else I lose because he'll be back upright and I will probably not get that lucky hit again where he flips himself over. So yes, Florian at this point is 3-1, which is pretty good and still in the bracket. Unfortunately, and if Robert's still watching, he's about to have a really fun time. My next fight was against his robot, old RBR. And I was not looking forward to this. I was really I was pretty sad because I don't like fighting these robots because they're built by Caden and Caden makes good stuff and it's mean and scary and mean. No real strategy here except for just run into him with the weapon going full tilt and hopes he breaks before I do. I honestly was just hoping I could take advantage of like a driving error at some point and hit his back and maybe I'd cut into him. I think for this fight, for like the past few fights, I had switched from my new like really thin and long bar with like the solid counterweight. I'd switched to this older bar design that has like a hole on the counterweight because it was slightly thicker, like width wise, so it wouldn't bend upwards as easily. Roughhouse shush, man. It's fine, Caden. I accept your apology. And Roughhouse, my guy, again, doing this IRL is hard. And sometimes the simple strategy works. And to my credit, it almost worked here, except, well, let's just get the fight going. So I spin up, trying to go full speed. I get under him, which is nice. Land a good shot there. Keeping the weapon forward, being gentle. Gently. Weapon stops for a second there, but I spin it back up to full speed. And he lands in a pretty impressive shot, which unfortunately ends with Florian getting propped up on his weapon against the sidewall. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, you know how this ends. I tried to like twitch the weapon to like get it off, but I just couldn't get the weapon to move like at all, except twitch a little because of just how much torque is on it. And so I get counted out because I'm stuck against the wall. And that is a really unlucky hit because RBR basically just landed that one hit on me. That was like the only hit they landed, and that's all they needed. Any other position, I probably would have continued to fight, and I might have actually stood a chance. I was actually feeling pretty confident because up till that last hit, I was actually doing okay. I wasn't flying out of control. I was trying to keep myself aggressive. But yeah, all it takes is one hit, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this probably would have happened with the old Florian, so I can't even blame the redesign. This was just straight up just bad luck. Now Robert is watching and cooking lunch. My man. Aaron Robert Bates has a guaranteed win condition against his guys. Of course, I won't tell you what it is, but don't get discouraged. I'm trying not to. I'll be honest. You'll see in a minute why I'm not too discouraged. So with this unfortunate predicament, Florian is now out of the tournament. I'm gonna let the fight finish. Yeah, no unstick because he put me there. If you put yourself there, you get unstick, so that kind of sucks, but oh well. Unfortunately, that's not where this tournament ended. I actually had one more fight left because we had a third place playoff. I would have been happy just ending my event there, but unfortunately, I still had another fight to go through. So yeah, this fight was against Parakeet Lord, who somehow managed. I think Parakeet Lord and RBR had fought each other and RBR won, because that's the only reason one of these Death Machines is actually in a paltry third place fight, not in the final. Right. So for this, in that last fight, my frame was bent enough to where I decided I wouldn't use it again. I probably would have just bent it back into shape and just tried to reuse it, but I didn't actually have my hammer with me, so I couldn't bend the frame back into shape. Yeah, that one hit bent the frame enough that it was pretty much not unusable, but I would have doubted its efficiency against another opponent. So I had to swap to a new frame, which takes considerably longer than swapping a chassis, because in order to swap the frame, I have to take the weapon motor out, undo all the screws for that, which is like there's 5 of them, and then put it in the new frame, which takes considerably longer than just putting in a new chassis somehow. So for that reason, the repairs from the last fight took the longest of any fight I had. So, third place playoff. I'm facing Parakeet Lord, literally the exact same robot. So for this fight, I decided to go screw it, and I just put on a new frame, and I also give it myself my last fresh weapon bar. A brand has never been used before. Same design as like the one I used at the start of the event. Oh yeah, Parakeet Lord lost to Clown. I remember now, which is kind of shocking considering it's. I think because Parakeet Lord's weapon died like pretty quickly into the fight, and Clown just sort of smacked it for the entire rest of the fight. Pretty good on them. Anyway, so third place fight. My plan is to use the fresh new weapon bar, which has never been used before, so it doesn't have any like pre-existing stress fractures, to just ram the heck out of this robot and hope something breaks. Just go full tilt. I'm gonna go full throttle and just see what happens. Where I have to skip the shenanigans. I really should have given my camera operator said. I probably should have been better with the telling when to start. Anyway. Okay, there's a bit of confusion about when we start the fight, but at first, things are fine. Yeah, fight. They didn't say fight robots fight, so I was like waiting for that last bit, but they didn't say that. Anyway, so off to a great start.
It was the water break, like the FIFA World Cup.
Land a good shot there, spin around immediately. I get launched, but I immediately try to go back on the attack, keeping that weapon pointed towards him. Good hit there, good hit there. Good hit there. Trying to be careful. And right here, I think I get stuck in the wall. So we have to stop the fight. And then I get freed, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I had to get free from the wall because I got stuck. So I spin up immediately. Back to full speed. At this point, Parakeet Lord's actually lost its bolt that holds its shoulder screw in, which is great. I'm doing damage. So, gently.
Yes, Darren.
I'm trying to be careful. Still being aggressive. Fight goes blurry because the camera's focusing on the wrong thing. But still good hits, good hits. I think, yeah, right here, that last hit, I think broke my gearbox on my left side, which I checked afterwards. I think a single tooth like chipped off the outside, off like the inner can of the gearbox, and got jammed. So that wheel was locked up completely, which sucked because at this point I can't really be as aggressive as I want to be. So now I'm stuck with a one wheel working. But I decided I'm almost at the end of the fight, so I just have to keep my weapon pointed. So I'm trying to crab walk my way over to him.
Going for more hits. 15 seconds on the clock.
Trying to be gentle, backing up.
The clock is winding
I'm like
down.
I'm gunning the throw at this point.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Trying to hit him still.
1. What a match.
Yeah, I think I could have stood a chance of winning if my driver just held on for another for the rest of the fight, and that one bit of metal hadn't broken. I think I could have taken the judge's decision, but as it stood, I lost, which did suck. But yeah, I am using brushed dry because I like it more. I might switch to brushless now that I have a better design for the robot that isn't as unstable. But yeah, unfortunately, I lost the decision because my drive, I lost the drive side. If that hadn't happened, I legit think I could have won because everything on the robot was still fully functional, which is a lot better than the last time I fought this robot, Parakeet Lord, where I lost both my drive sides and I think also the weapon. Did I lose the weapon? Yeah, I think I kind of partially lost the weapon. I can only slowly spin it. Yeah, so lots of improvement, I think, After this, in fact, here's the robot after the fight, except with hold on. Let me remove this. I replaced the weapon blade because the weapon bar in this fight bent a lot, and I couldn't be bothered to straighten it back out, so I just decided to give it to Helen as a reward. And like I said, I checked the gearbox after the fight, and it was pretty much intact. It was, again, only a single bit of metal broke on the inside, and that was it. Which that kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? And the robot afterwards, there's a bit of a bend to the weapon frame. There's it's a tad bent, but not really the places I expected it to be bent. I thought it would be bent more back here where there's pretty thin metal. But surprisingly, most of the bending is here-ish, which is kind of odd, and also kind of here-ish where it's bent down. But the robot, I just replaced the gearbox, and the robot still works. Weapon still spins. The motors are fine. Like I said, robot survived that fight with flying colors. I am happily surprised at how well it did in that fight. So Florian goes home with a 4th place finish on this event. It was the best. I think Ryan and his robot, Lil Baby Feh, as it was called, also got 4th, which for he also that roll was like a giant vertical spinner of doom, which looked incredibly unstable, but it was surprisingly good. And kudos to him, he got 4th, and because of his 4th place finish and doing the best out of all of us besides me, he got the Texas Roadhouse gift card. Well, one of them, and I gave the other one to Robert and Helen. I decided to give it to them because of how much time it took for me to fix my robot and how annoying it was to fix everything. I gave them the award as a little "you caused me so much stress, you caused Darren a lot of stress" award, so they got it. And also I also asked the people I was going to give it to who were in consideration if they actually went to Texas Roadhouse, so it would actually be used. And so I gave it to them because they apparently. Yeah, I think that last fight, I think that went pretty well, especially compared to the last fight I had with Parakeet Lord. Thanks, Roughhouse. And again, thanks again. I thought it was pretty good driving, even though I didn't win. I kind of just tried to have more confidence in driving straight at them and not trying to be funny with the whole get around to the side. I just decided to go with this gun to throttle and see what happened, and it almost worked. If my driver had held in there for a little bit longer, I think I could have won it. And maybe if the kick plate was made out of not wood and I just bounced off and kept fighting without the interruption, maybe I would have been able to carry the momentum better. I don't know. Regardless, so overall, pretty good showing, I think, for Florian. I had 3 pretty solid wins, and all my losses were either due to me making a silly driving mistake or just straight up just apocalyptically bad luck, like the RBR fight, because I think with the knowledge I have now, I think I could have won. Oh, what's this? Oh, we are hoping to have the next fight event in January 2027. We are going to go to Texas Roadhouse Friday for our date day. Oh, that's cute. Aw. Well, I hope you and Helen have an excellent time and just have a good time. I hope you two have an excellent time out. I really do. And I look forward to coming back to this event and trying to win again and actually trying to get first place, because I think if I can just get a bit luckier and drive a bit better, I think I stand a chance next time. So overall, like I said, if I think this event was a pretty good showing for Florian, especially given how radical this redesign is. Damage taken was actually pretty minimal. Like, aside from the lost chassis because of the screw breaking, not really much extreme damage. Like, I lost a motor and the frame was bent, so I had to replace it. But if I'd had a hammer, I could just bent it back into place probably. So, and the forks actually held up. I think they did get hit in that last fight, because I noticed here, you can see like there's some scrapes on the fork. So it evidently got hit at some point. I'm not sure when. Let me point away from the light there. And they held on. The forks didn't really fly off. I mean, they didn't get hit much, but apparently they did at some point, and I didn't even notice, so that's good. I never really got a chance to test the forks against like a wedge, because no one really used a wedge, so I couldn't really try and get under anybody. And I really should have used the forks more in that fight with Shredder. I'm kind of regretting not doing that, but whatever. The forks didn't really impede my driving at all, which is another thing that's important. So I have a decent design here, which is good. Next iteration of these will probably not have this dumb cutout. This cutout right here, because that's kind of pointless and that's a bit of a weak spot. I only had that in as a desperate weight saving measure for the original time I used forks for Utah, because the robot was kind of close to weight limit. But I have a lot more weight to play with because the robot's smaller, so I can have proper forks. What the heck is going on in the chat here? Text have been talked about so much, unless you've been so funny. Hey, Rough LCV mentioned we'll text me in the stream. Oh God. Yeah. So I also realized that my new weapon design that has like that doesn't have this hole, but the old one with like the new one with like the smaller counterweight is kind of pointless. I might honestly switch back to this old weapon design, because it seems to work a bit better. Because it's about how thin are your fork mounts? They're about 4 millimeters wide each, with 4 millimeters of space between them. I probably need to make them a bit bigger, a lot bigger. But honestly, they held up fine, and these forks are not really designed to take horizontal hits, because I wouldn't use forks against a horizontal spinner. I'd use them against a vertical spinner, which would hit them upwards, which, I mean, they're kind of designed to fling, and I doubt they'd break off, because vertically they're held in nicely. I understand the horizontal risk, but I wouldn't really face the horizontal with these stupid things on. So, well, normally I forgot to take them off for clowns, because I legit forgot. I should probably not use forks, but what are you gonna do? So, I also, damage-wise, I think the frame is bent a bit more under the chassis, because like parts of the robot aren't really lining up anymore, even though they did when I first put this robot together. So I'm gonna have to probably switch to a new frame, which I actually ordered a brand new frame on like the 16th for this robot. It's made of like a slightly different metal. It's 7075 aluminum compared to 6061 aluminum like this. And the new frames are also like 0.1 millimeters thicker. So I had to redesign this as well to accommodate the new frame. And also the new frame has like a better back screw attachment hole. There's more material around the hole, so it won't break. But those parts, even though I ordered them on the 16th, are still not here. And as of today, they used to my goodness sakes, the delivery service I'm using used to say they'd be here by the 27th or something. Yeah, they said like the 27th, but as of today, where the heck is that stupid email? Come on, I'm trying to make a joke here. Bruh, I obviously planned this out very well. Yeah, I probably would have accidentally rammed him right side up if I'd done that. Use reference. Yeah. As of today, the send cut send order for the new frame says, oh, do we have a delivery date? Hey, look, finally, I have a delivery date. For the longest time, this said we don't have a delivery date. We're currently trying to give you a delivery date. So finally, it took almost 2 freaking weeks, but I'm finally going to be able to fix this robot up a bit more. I've also ordered. I ordered spares like new motors and such, which came yesterday. But I also ordered new screws because I noticed that the stainless steel screws I'm using on this, I have an electric screwdriver. I noticed that it kept like jumping when I tried to like unscrew or screw in the screws. Like it was starting to strip the screws. And so I actually got proper steel ones. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I really hope that fixes the problem because I really like the electric screwdriver because it makes assembling the robot so much easier. So there's that. So again, overall, excellent event. Great event. I loved how the robot did, and nothing I can think of that I really need to fix with it besides just drive better and maybe get it some new weapons. I actually do need to order new weapons because I'm out of like brand new ones. I have like the old ones I think are fine. I could probably get away with using them. But I do want to have some fresh ones just to have as a backup. And I also need to order new frames because I only have 2 coming in. I think I'm going to need way more than that for later events. But aside from it's fine, Wolfman. Don't worry, you didn't really miss much. But yeah, I agree. I didn't understand the appeal behind an electric screwdriver until I finally got one. I totally get it now. The problem with this is my test box is barely big enough for even my ant weight, and like it's big enough for my beetle weight to do like a spin in, but like it's not big enough for me to like test drive fluorine around. I could probably test drive fluorine on in my garage, but I'd have to like unplug the weapon or just take the weapon bar off because I'd like to practice driving with the weapon going, but obviously I can't do that in my garage or anywhere because that'd probably kill me. I do have a test box, you silly. Yeah, electric screwdrivers are surprisingly like the one I got is like rechargeable, has like a little cord that comes with it. It's great. So I do hope there's another event that happens soon that I can go to, like besides the August one, which I won't be able to make because it's in Stewart for one thing. And 4 hours, I've realized is kind of my limit, like a bit outside my limit for driving to a like 1-day event or 2-day event. It's still like a lot. I did it once and it was okay, but I kind of don't want to do it again. And also, it's in August, and in August, I'm going to be dealing with moving into a new apartment for off-campus housing for my last year of school. Well, it should be my last semester, 2 semesters of college, and I have to work on getting a an actual job. And so August is going to be kind of too busy for me. If there's like, it's cheap, generally fair enough. I have a similar manual for everything else besides the top plate because it's a TPU top plate. It's kind of, well, not top plate, but chassis. It's hard to screw things in there. Let me stop sharing this to save on some resources. There we go. Yeah, so August is not really. I know everyone talks about that August event, but also for like, one, it's a bit too far. Two, it's not at a good time for me. It's in August, which I'm going to be doing with school things. And three, as well, it's also, I think, completely full registration-wise because like registration open on like when the Utah event was happening. So I can't really go to that. If anyone else wants to, if there another event pops up between now and November, which is when I think the Robot Ruckus is, I hope it's happening. Yeah, I might have to just lock in just for Ruckus, as old Caden here says. Which I want to do more testing with this robot just to make sure I haven't missed some tiny error detail. And I also want to test chlorine out because I haven't been able to properly test the new version of the robot. I've only tested against one opponent, which went well, but it was a grudge match. I'd like to have it go through an actual competition and just see what happens. I know I probably need to start venturing out more, but like there's just, I've looked on the map on the sites and there's just not really anything good that's close enough by that I could go to. Like I think there's something in like Alabama, but it's just timing is not really working out. I'd like to go to more, but I just kind of have to wait and see what comes my way. But if nothing else happens, my next event's probably going to be in November. And Sherman Cutter and maybe, I don't know. I've never been to RCA. But if I am going to have to lock in for just for the Ruckus event, I'm going to be sure to bring at least a lot of parts. Like a lot of parts. If that's going to be my only event for the year. Jacksonville in October? I mean, if there's no other option, I might do that because that's reasonably close-ish to me, and I could do that. I don't know if he is. Caden, you have to talk to the club about that. I'd like to do that, but we'd have to organize it as a group and figure out when we could all go. I'd like to do like another group trip. I remember that being very fun for NHRL, despite the horrible van ride. I would be willing to do something similar because the trip probably wouldn't be as long. I guess that would work. October 10th. So improvements on this. Only thing I can really think of, like I said, is more frames. Frame, I think design is fine. It's aluminum, but I think it's fine for if I have enough of them to replace the frames at events. Weapon, honestly, was fine. Like I said, I just need to bring more spares that are like new and not already used. That would probably be a good idea. I mean, obviously. Spare chassis as well. I think what I need to look into is making more fork designs because these forks are nice, but they're kind of limited. Like, I think I need to invest in making some sort of long fork. I don't know if I could get away with making it out of aluminum because that's a lot of weight and also be long and thin. It might be difficult to manufacture, so I might try experimenting with like a TPU fork, but the problem then is having it swivel might be difficult because it's TPU, and TPU is kind of sticky. Well, not sticky, but it doesn't really rotate around screws very well. The weapon bar is around 80-ish grams. So it's pretty good weight. What else is there? So yeah, more forks. I might invest in trying to make like a rear wedge that like it's probably going to be made out of TPU and just be kind of bolted to the back to serve as like a protection. Might look into that. I haven't made a swiveling wedge in years. I only made one once, and it was pretty fun, so I might do that again. We'll see. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned this. I have a new shirt, as you can see. New fluorine atom to the old generic atom. These aren't for sale yet, because I only bought like 4 of them. Like actually no 6, but the other 2 are like made out of like a polo thing. So maybe if I get enough interest, I might actually get more shirts to sell. I do have. I also forgot to show this. Wait, I have it on my phone. I could just look. I have stickers now. I bought like a bunch of stickers handed out at the event. I think it's a cute design. I might actually get more merch, like more stickers to sell, but I don't know if it'd be kind of scummy to try and sell stickers which are as cheap as they are. I kind of just gave them away at the last event. I might just keep doing that. As you can see, it follows this color scheme here. Jupiter, don't act so surprised. Like, dude, you were there. I gave you a bunch of them. I think. Did I? Yeah, I did. Dropkick Dodo has a 12 by 16 12 power. All right. I might consider going to that event, even though even if I won that event, I wouldn't get anything in return except for like. Huh. Interesting. If I have an extra shirt, I'll give it to you. Maybe if you're like an adult large like me, I could give you that. I'll look in. I'll have to talk to my parents about this because they're a lot more business savvy than I am with this whole business thing. Kind of have the same group of bills for events. So once you've gotten the sticker, you kind of have them all. Yeah, I'm gonna have. I might actually get more stickers for Ruckus because, I mean, they gave me extra stickers. This company, I think, because their website went down, they gave me like triple the amount of stickers I actually paid for, which is awesome. So I will probably see if I can. I might buy some more for them because I can, and they are really nice. I'm honestly really proud of the design I came up with. Well, me and my family all kind of worked on like this design together, and then I colored it myself for the sticker, which is nice. So, anyway, like I said, might try looking into new fork designs. I think that might be a good idea for facing robots in the future, like Impulse, because I basically turned Florian into a more colorful version of Impulse, and Impulse apparently did really well. It got like 2nd overall like last year. That's why I was invited to the big events. So if if Impulse worked as well as it did, and if I can kind of emulate that, I think we have a winning design here. Like I said, I just need to kind of remember to like get more spares. Like, just try and invest in more spares. Just spare weapons, spare frames, spare electronics, and also maybe spare batteries because that, like I said, I think I had an issue in my first fight where the robot kept stopping. I suspect that was like an amperage current thing, and it might have been a battery thing because I remember I would like go full power with the throttle with the new battery I bought, and it was completely fine. It didn't have any drive issues, like at all. So I think it might have been a battery thing. Anyway, but aside from that, I like how we're just Jupiter. I did look into the poker chips, and it was like $125 for 100 of them. And me and my folks kind of were like, this isn't really worth it. So we didn't really buy. We're not going to bother with poker chips, to be honest. It just isn't really worth it for us. Like, and I could make my own poker chips. I could probably make my own poker chips anyway. Like, all I would need to do is just 3D print a plastic disc with like some etchings in it, and then just put like a sticker on it, and that's basically the poker chip. So I could probably just make my own if I wanted to. I don't really want to do that either because, So I'm not going to be making poker chips for the foreseeable future, probably. At least not like custom order them. I didn't use that. So I used like a custom pokerchip.com or something. That's still kind of a lot for. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't really get the appeal of poker chips. I mean, I guess they're nice to look at, but like, I'm kind of confused of where that trend started. To be honest, I think from like the BattleBots and being in Vegas started it, but like, I've never even played poker, and I don't really. So it became kind of weird for me to do that. I'll look into it, but I can't guarantee poker chips. I can guarantee more stickers though, because stickers are awesome. Like stickers you can put everywhere. I actually have one on my computer. You can't see my own computer. I have one like right here on my PC. It's great. I can put them anywhere. It's glorious. Hence the one on my phone even. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, to be honest. This has gone kind of off the rails. They were less than $1 if you buy 75 plus. That's maybe, again, I don't know. I'd have to talk to my folks more about that, but I'm honestly not too. Yeah, I'll be honest. I've lost I've lost most of the poker chips I got from events because I just don't really know where to put them. Like, at least for the sticker, you can put it on like your toolbox. With a poker chip, I'm not really sure where you're supposed to put a poker chip. Like, do you just put them in like a display cabinet or I don't know. You know what I should have done? I should have made this little logo for the Gator Robotics team. I should have made that into a sticker. That would have been nice because it's cool. Anyway, I'm getting like way off topic. I don't know what the heck this stream's turned into. I don't even have anyone like to interview like in the thing down here. So, which kind of sucks. I put like a link out, but I guess everyone's too busy. Fair enough, of course, but whatever. Right, I should probably wrap this up because what time is it? It's like 1:05. I do have stuff to do outside. Show us your space. I don't have any Space Chunk DMs. All right. And even if I did, I wouldn't show them because that'd be mean. I mean, Caden, you can join if you want. I mean, maybe we can talk about we can talk about how your robots did if you want. I'd be up for that. Plus, you can, I don't know, just chat about what went into how you design the robots and like we rep your reputable bot design commission business. Which if you want like a cool robot and lack the skills to make a robot, well, contact Caden at, I don't remember what his Discord username is or email is .com, and you can for like a low price of a couple $100 get yourself a robot that will kick some serious butt. I don't know if he's actually joining or not. Nothing's really popped up here. It might just not. It's like a show scenes panel. What the heck is? All right, that's a. Got it. Hide. Oh well, Caden isn't here yet, so. Caden, you can join if you want. Please, just like I think the link's in the Discord server, like one of them. Anyway. Question. I'm a Floridian, have always been a Gators fan. If I buy a Gator Robotics shirt, can I be considered an honorary member? I don't know. That's not a question really for me. I'm not like a president of the team yet. Caden's internet is bad. He's coming. So I'm gonna wait to answer this question. I'm probably gonna re-show this later, but I guess what's this? Oh, that's a cool little video of Cadence. It's nice. Let me actually. Okay, let me first of all escape from this. I'm still on the playlist. The only other video in this playlist is my vlog, which I. What the hell? Why did I get a comment? Oh, whatever. I swear the YouTube system is kind of borked because I'm looking at like a comment on one of my fights that I didn't get a notification about, which is interesting. So I'm gonna have to look back through my videos to see if anyone's left comments. Cause I like replying to comments. It's very fun. To do, I have to say. It's a Jeopardy music here. Nothing's happening on my end. I'm just letting everyone know. Like, oh, there he is. There's the man himself.
Oh wow, that was quick. Went right into
speedy.
it.
Yeah, I'm fast.
I see.
So, Raphael says,
yeah, sorry, I was on 12.
Yeah, I saw the video you said. It looks awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not competing with it. I just I figured it was a shame that there was never like a video of it driving around. So yeah, I was talking 12 inspired to make it work.
Nice. Oh. Wow, your internet really is bad. Quick, start talking about your tip speed. That'll fix it.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Sorry, I know it's intermittent. Yeah. Sorry, got to go to UF. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, just apply. You might get in. I mean, they accepted me, so if they'll probably accept anyone. I'm honestly surprised I actually managed to get in.
Yeah, UF is the only school I applied to.
Nice. What do you mean hate posting? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, what'd you do now, Darren?
I don't know, man. Anyway, so if you want to get like robots and build, and you don't have the skills, talk to this amazing guy right over here. Oh, we're being taken somewhere. He's taking us to his lair. Oh, bro, it lagged again. Bro, I did. I think I did it. I did. I transferred the curse of the tip speed thing. Okay, at least spell the robot's name correctly.
Hang on.
Oh,
here we go. All right, hang on. I opened the door to let the Wi-Fi in.
Oh, I see a robot.
Oh yeah, that's working on the 12.
Did you finally fix the weapon bracket thing? Is that fixed now?
No, I don't have any reasonable way to accurately bend AR-500 in my garage. Sadly, I wish I did, but sadly not. So I know it spins. I tested it a long time ago, back when it was first coming back from NHRL. But that's about it.
Oh, brother. Oh my god. Everyone's misspelling fluorine in the comments because, of course. Okay, that's actually, I'll be honest, that is quite impressive phonetically speaking.
Fluoride.
Yeah. So, I guess, Caden, you can talk about the robots you built for Robert and Helen, and like how well they did.
They did do well. Very, very happy about how they performed. Very happy with how they've been running my robots. Super, super happy. Could not ask for more. Yeah, that's been great. I've got, you know what? Actually, the prototype sits here on my workshop.
Wow.
Every robot that I do a commission for, I try to have the demo out here in my workshop. Just kind of like, just have the line up here, I guess. Not so much with the Beetles. They're a little big, but at some point, maybe, if I get a better setup for it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like it's probably going to be doing good long term, and it's also inspired some of the robots that I'm doing for myself too, which not revealing yet, but soon. TM. Soon.
You gonna put like a teaser on your YouTube channel or something?
Oh, you know what? I thought about making a reveal video. I don't know that I have the editing skills for it, but I've thought about it.
Who needs editing skills? Have you seen my videos?
Yeah, my editing skills are pretty limited to. I think I can maybe add music in a background, and that's about it.
I can't even do that. I can only like stitch stuff together and add like transitions.
Oh, that's better than I can do.
Fair enough. So, not really sure what else to talk about. I'm not really good. Everyone's just roasting my robot in the comments.
Well, just lock in for Ruckus and you'll be good.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah. I think Impulse was using steel forks. Do you have the weight to get away with that?
I'd have to check. I'm at like 440 right now.
Okay.
With the aluminum. I think I could probably get away with steel forks.
Okay. Solid. Uh-oh.
Yeah, those are fun. Like I said, I need to. I'm pretty sure that Parakeet Lord fight. I think that did tweak the chassis a bit more than. Like, I think it tweaked the frame, which tweaks the chassis because the chassis is directly attached to the frame.
Right.
Because, like, I'm noticing, like, things are, like, slightly out of place and slightly tilted. And also, the robot just feels different. It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
It feels different.
Yeah, it's a complicated process to decide in a robot like this if you're going to do, like, a aluminum frame or a carbon fiber frame. I mean, carbon fiber is, like, it's so expensive, but it's also, like, I mean, it's light and it doesn't bend, but the fact that it doesn't bend means that it also like breaks, which so
yeah, I like the aluminum parcel because I think mostly it was cost. Like when I got my first ever frame, I picked aluminum because I think I can't remember the exact reason. I think I was like told to do aluminum in like the Discord I was in as like a start, and it's worked ever since. Like, yeah, it can bend, but it at least holds. It doesn't like shatter, so I can still use the weapon even if it's like bent.
Yeah, well, that's why I ended up doing the aluminum on the hyperdrive side pieces, which you know what, I have one over here. Oh yeah, this is one of the old ones, but well, you know, hyperdrive insights, I guess. And basically the reason why I stuck with that is because if it got bent, I could just stick it in the vise and bend it back.
Nice. I don't have a vise. I have a hammer and a garage floor, and I just smack it against the floor because it's pretty flat.
That's what I used to do, but actually I got this vise was like $15 at Harbor Freight. It's great. I highly recommend it.
I'll have to look into that. So actually, are you going to Ruckus with hyperdrive?
I am going to Ruckus. With hyperdrive is up for debate. It's going to depend on. I've been working on this new Beetle. It's going to depend. I'm pretty busy leading up to the August event. What I'd like to do is bring the new robot to August to kind of get like the first event jitter testings out. You know, you always find something at the first event. So probably I want to run it there and then bring it to Ruckus. But I'm so busy in the lead up to August that I don't know that I'm gonna have time to finish the new one. So I might have like a retirement event for hyperdrive in August and then bring the new robot to Ruckus, which I kind of don't want to debut it at Ruckus because that's kind of very trial by fire. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Fair enough. Maybe you could test it at the solar park and like in the arena with like that chloride wedge that I
maybe. You know, I do actually. I have a testing robot somewhere. It's just 100% infill TPU. It's a modified SSP kit. I downloaded the CAD and I like just messed with it to use crazy durable parts. And then it's not 3 pounds. It's a little heavier. And then I just beat that up. But the things I don't have a test box or anything. Well, yet I got the stuff for it, but I haven't assembled it yet. And I just kind of been driving around with it because don't exactly want to spin the weapon in my garage.
Fair enough. I'm actually going to finally be able to come to Solar Park more often in my last semester, 2 semesters, because I'll be off campus and have like a dedicated-ish parking space in a garage.
Ah, there you go.
So I wouldn't have to deal with trying to get in to losing my spot at my dorm, because I don't have to deal with
hassle.
It'll be great. I can finally use my test box and get some driving practice in.
Nice. Yeah, plus you guys are making a new test box now, right? With that polycarb that Andy gave you guys?
I assume so. I know we have that big metal one that we have.
Yeah, that's
door on it.
Probably a little overkill. I mean, I guess if you have it, I assume it's just set up, so
it is. I think it's pretty heavy. It's on like the floor. Last I remember, it's on the floor. I don't know where it is now because I
can't imagine where else you guys would put it.
Yeah, I do. I also will say this. I kind of miss our like Scuffle in the Swamp event things we had.
Too.
Those were fun.
I like those internal events, and the one that we had at the engineering building was amazing. You know, I had people for like a year after that. Every time I saw like the people at events, people would ask me like, "Hey, when are you doing another one?" And I was like the only person that wanted to continue doing them. Apparently, everybody else said it was too much hassle. So
I'd like to do it again. I mean, I recall it damaged my truck a bit to transport the arena, but it was still pretty fun. It was still pretty fun, I think. I thought it was kind of worth it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. But then it got replaced by the St. Lucie event started being like a big event. So that started being the new member event instead because, you know, admittedly, it's a lot easier just to kind of like have new members just go to this big, like it is like an actual open event that we aren't running. You know, it's a very real life experience. So I guess that makes sense. But I heard, you know, there's stuff going on with the St. Lucie Fair. I think it's still happening, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be St. Lucie Fair. I think it's going to be a different event with the same vibe. Not 100%, you know, don't quote me on that, but that's my initial understanding of it.
Oh, look, someone else has joined.
There you go. He's got the UF shirt on. That's right.
I sure do. Is that good enough now?
Go to UF.
Yes. Just apply. There's an actually good chance you'll get in.
Tempting.
Also, what? Off topic but tangential. No. No.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, it'd be good for Florian is I think if you, you know, if you had a good setup where you could get the wheels protected by the weapon radius, get that nice and in there and packed up by using the tangent. Just saying.
If I can get better at driving, I would want to step up to brushless drive. If I I'll start there. Then when I get used to that, I'd switch to tangent, maybe. But like tangent is like that just feels. I feel like there's a risk of like the wheel coming off of like the motor thing that drives it, and like I have the worry of the motor might still be completely all fine and dandy, but it's not like interfacing with the wheel anymore.
It requires some R&D for sure. I definitely don't recommend it for people like making their first robot. A lot of people are like, you know, they're kind of like beginners going into their first robot. And they're like, oh, I see people using the tangent drive. It looks like easy compared to like a gearbox. No, it's not. But you know, there are advantages and times where you would want to use it. I am considering, again, you know, just considering, but I am considering going to tangent on my 12 instead of running the gearboxes. I mean, there's a reason that a lot of people are doing it right now. It does have advantages. So,
what's this? A big chunk of people who went tangent this year went back to belted geared. Lol.
Yeah, there was kind of a big right when the repeat stuff came out for it. Everybody kind of like tried it out and then realized like, oh, hey, not every robot fits this. Like there are styles of robot in which tangent makes sense and then it doesn't. But I saw quite a few people this last year when the repeat stuff came out just like kind of tossing it in a robot just to kind of have it in there, and it's like, okay, well, you're not gonna like how that goes. Like if you try tangent with like a foam wheel, I know, so like I get there's probably gonna be a lot of people saying like, oh well, it worked for whoever, but tangent with foam is not. That's not it. Don't do that.
It's hard now. Yeah, I could figure.
Yes,
it's probably harder. It looks. it already looks hard enough. I can like getting the wheel to touch the motor at a specific amount without breaking stuff looks hard.
Yeah, it does require a little R&D to get like correct. And again, like, you know, there's robots that should use it and robots that shouldn't. So
yeah, I'm happy with how fast Florian drives now. It's good enough.
yeah, personally, I don't really think you need much more drive speed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because as far as a horizontal, you already have such a big bar that like bite isn't as much of an issue. Like, you're getting a lot of bite as is. So as long as you just do a good job of like driving quickly into people, you will get sufficient bite. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Now, a small diameter vert that like has a very small tooth, then like, sure, you know, go brushless, drive into someone super fast, get the extra speed. Your robot, it probably doesn't need that. It's got a giant bar.
Yeah. Jonathan, anything to add here? You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, I was just letting y'all chat away. But yeah, I'm glad everybody had a good time at the event this weekend.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah,
this guy ran it almost entirely himself.
Yeah, I did, and it was a great turnout that we had. I think everybody thoroughly enjoyed it. And of course, I appreciate all of our volunteers that came out, like Caden. Thank you for judging.
I had fun. It was good. Good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and hopefully we see everybody come back in January for the next one.
I was hoping there'd be like one in September or something, as like a little between now and later, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's probably a little.
Yeah, it's all good. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of robots, lots of teams, lots of spectators. I think everybody had a fun time, for sure. It was a really great event. I ended up, one of my teammates brought a friend with him who got to see combat robotics for the first time. And let's just say he caught the bug. It happens that easily. See, once you catch the bug.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of crazy fights this weekend. And I ended up doing a couple of grudge matches, one of them being 4 minutes long. Which I'll talk more about that on my live stream next week.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. But yeah, hi Robert. I'm glad I could help. And I'm glad it was a great turnout.
Now that Jonathan's here, I'm gonna let you.
All right. Thanks for coming along, Caden, and talking about
thank you guys for hosting.
I think his internet's cutting out like rapidly.
His internet said, "No, you're not getting your goodbye. You're just gonna leave."
Yeah, he's talking about tip speed.
All right. Yeah. I mean, bye.
Bye. Oh my god, it's even laggier.
Darren, what did you do to him?
I don't know. I think I infected him with the tip speed curse. I'm gonna take him off the not ban. How do I remove? There we go.
Yeah, there you go. It is storming pretty good across Florida. I've been having storms. Like, I heard the internet, the whole electricity went out at my house while I was gone. I actually just got home. I've been gone all day. But yeah, it's been storming a lot today. So he's probably getting hit by a storm.
I haven't really seen much rain today. It's
Lucky.
not really raining right now. If I look,
I got soaked.
Like I said, great event at Jonathan. Excellent job running it. I have to ask, are you in charge of the YouTube channel or is that someone else?
The one that it was streaming on?
Yeah, the Artify Ocala.
I am not in charge of the Artify Ocala YouTube, but I am working with the rest of the tech crew to try to get comments turned on.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be too difficult. I think you just have to like go into like the video, like you have to go like to YouTube Studio and click on like, is it made for kids? Say no. I did it for all my videos.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. We're gonna look at it, but actually, when was the last time we checked? Because I can pull it up right now and see if it was ever fixed.
I'm looking at it now. You can't comment. It says it's set for kids.
Okay.
Like it's just for families.
Yeah, I have to remind myself of that every time I upload something on YouTube. But
Yeah.
and that's why if anybody was watching the event live, sorry you couldn't comment in the live chat during the event, root on your favorite. But we'll try to get comments turned on so you can at least pinpoint some or highlight some specific moments that you enjoyed.
Yeah, I need to add it to my playlist of fights, my fights from other angles, which I like to have as a little thing, and I have to also make the comments so I can. I did it on the Utah live stream, and I think the last live stream you did, which are just normal videos.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, great event. The only like recommendations I can think of are maybe add metal kick plates because
that's costly. That's
Fair
very
enough.
costly.
You can't just get some like aluminum. Actually, I guess aluminum is more expensive.
Well, Robert's already thrown in a lot of money into the arena and to put on these events, and he's done a great job with these, and so he's already put in a lot of money and effort and time into these competitions. And metal kick plates is kind of out of question for right now, because just of how pricey they are.
Fair enough. Oh, maybe you could ask like for people to donate metal, like as a charity thing or something.
Well,
like,
scrap metal wouldn't be a good idea.
Might be worth a shot. Like, just see if people like we got like this Lexan now apparently from like Andy. So sky's the limit.
I mean, if you have some fresh 1/8 inch steel that's like 8 feet long that you want to donate.
I have aluminum, I think that's not as long, but I have some chunks of that you could add to like a wall. I'm not even asking for like steel or what's this? Someone's suggesting damaged polycarbonate cage will these Africa. I don't know.
Not a fan of the idea of polycarbonate kick plates. I'd rather wood, honestly.
Yeah.
Polycarbonate for walls.
Yeah, to steel.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. Is redoing the PBB floor, so that's cool.
That's awesome. Hopefully, we'll see that fresh new floor in the Palm Beach Arena next month for Stewart.
Yeah, I won't be there, unfortunately. Could use his old floor cut into pieces. Maybe tell Andy or tell Robert this. And actually, Robert's in the chat. Maybe he could talk to Andy himself. That might be an idea.
I don't think Robert. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you not going to Stewart? Right? I don't think he'll be there.
Give him a bit. He's probably typing it up.
There's also the YouTube delay. I know everybody will be at Ruckus, but
yeah. The only other
excited for Ruckus though.
That should be fun. I think.
I have no idea what I'm bringing, but I'm excited for it.
The less sad flooring. What about? I was gonna say maybe I don't know. I don't think this is an arena thing. It might be an arena thing, but maybe potentially allow Beatles to compete. Like I don't know if that's like an insurance thing. I remember you told me once.
That has a play in it, and also the arena itself is just not rated for beetle weights. It can't hold beetles.
Fair enough.
It's big enough, sure, but not durable enough.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Maybe if we can get more money into this project from like a crowdfunder or something, we can make a bigger, more awesome arena with cool stuff or something.
That's a pricey crowdfund.
Yeah, weirder things have happened. You'd be surprised.
What do we got? Well, you will be missed. I'll be there. I'm actually. Nick is going to be riding with my team, so that'll be fun.
Cool. Like I said, I'm going to be busy with a lot of things, so I can't go to Stewart.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks. But what are you going to do? Is there a lawnmower? I think it's a lawnmower. So, how's Space Junk 2.0 coming along? Like in the idea phase?
Should I maybe tease a little something?
If you want.
Or are we gonna? how far are we from the reveal date? At 61 years or something like that? Because everybody keeps mentioning it.
When it gets to 67, you have to do the meme. So I'm not sure how far we're getting close to it though.
The running joke is every time somebody mentions Space Junk 2.0, that adds 1 month to the reveal date.
I'm not even asking like when you're revealing it. I'm just asking how the progress on like your design is. I'm not like saying tell me. I mean, not saying show it to us. I'm saying just asking how the design is going.
If we're gonna wait 60 something years, then I'm not even thinking about it in that case. But yeah, it's we're gonna start making some progress. Next month you'll hear something about it. So keep an eye out in August for a lot of new updates regarding a lot of stuff. Of course, the Pluto's Revenge video is coming out on August 24th, and then we'll hear about Space Junk somewhere around then as well. But it is in the planning phase. I will tease that much. 64 years now.
Oh, brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. This turned from an event recap into just chatting with friends, apparently. I really didn't expect this, I'll be honest. Because I'm probably going to be talking with...
the Bigfoot kid. The resident Bigfoot kid.
I don't think that's... Is that a robot or something I'm just not aware of?
If I remember correctly, that is a custom robot made by Team Cryptid Robotics. That is not a kit.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking with you in about 2 hours when I join like the live chat for the Battle Boss episodes happening today.
Oh yeah, we do have a BattleBots Pro League episode coming out.
Yeah,
4:00 Eastern today. That'll be fun. Hopefully, everybody can go and enjoy that in about 2.5 hours.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm glad everybody had fun, and a lot of people were telling me after the competition that it was a great, smooth competition. Hopefully, nobody felt rushed in between fights. We were ahead of schedule, which I don't think I've ever seen a competition run ahead of schedule. I could have had the competition end at 5:30. The goal was to end at 6. So I was actually dragging out the day by doing grudges, demos, whatever I could think of, to just buy some time for the teams and end it at 6 and rather than too early. Because ending early is good, but not too early necessarily. But yeah, hopefully for that reason, hopefully nobody ever felt rushed in between fights. There may have been a couple, hopefully not. Hopefully the time management was fair for everyone. We had a 30-minute lunch break, and it was actually 30 minutes and not longer this time. Everything started on time. Everything was either on time or ahead of time, which was really good. I'm proud of that much. And yeah, we had a good turnout, and some of the people were telling me it was they had a good time. A couple of people were telling me that just a couple of those that were at the competition this past weekend and at the first Ocala event as well, they were telling me that this one ran more smoothly than the first one, which, being a critic of my own work, I tend to disagree with that. I think the first one might have ran smoothly, but hey, I like to be wrong sometimes. I don't mind being wrong.
I did enjoy getting able to demo chlorine. That was fun at the first event.
Yeah, also dangerous. But
I got approval from like 4 different people who said, "Yeah, go nuts." And like
I have to wonder who those 4 different people were, because you also got told no before the event a bunch of times.
Yeah, I was expecting. I actually remember I went up and said I think I just said I want to show this, and then that somehow turned into Kent. Do you want to demo it? I don't know. I don't think I brought that up because I know I was told no, and then I was like told yes by someone else, and then I think like Marion talked to Darian, who shares my name almost. It's like almost the same name.
Yeah, Darian. Yeah.
Yeah, she talked to like Robert and Hell, and they seemed fine with it, and I guess those like the 3 people in charge, and so suddenly I was just demoing the robot.
Well, for
Hey.
future reference, the answer is no, just for safety reasons.
Yeah, I know that now. I mean, to be
Yeah.
fair, it was at least fun. I think the crowd liked it, which is
Yeah.
nice, and nothing exploded.
I'll tease one thing. This is an exclusive insight. I will give this much.
Ooh.
A little teaser for the next Pluto's Revenge reveal video,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
coming out on August 24th. And everybody who was at the competition this past weekend saw this. There have been a lot of upgrades to the robot since it's been revealed. Like a lot of upgrades. We even did and recorded a destruction demo with Pluto's Revenge, and it will be in the next video on August 24th. So check that out when it comes out.
I didn't know
Little
you
destruction
redesigned.
demo.
I didn't know you redesigned the robot.
I completely did. It still overall has the same design, but I definitely redesigned a lot.
I remember seeing. I don't remember seeing this at the event. I might have been distracted, but that makes sense. I don't know. I guess I just missed you
Accurate.
showing off the new stuff.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of upgrades. I also debuted a new fairy weight, which will I'm going to hopefully put out a new video on the Minibot Robotics channel very soon, or at least once I start editing it. But I debuted a new fairy, did a grudge match. Troublemaker had its retirement match, which was a 4-minute long grudge match. It'll make more sense when you see the video, but. It wasn't the best event because it didn't have space junk. Yeah, I agree. I think the first Ocala event was much better because it had space junk.
I probably would have destroyed the space junk again, to be honest. Because, like I said, Florian was actually kind of cracked here. A little bit more cracked than the old one, which is good.
I underestimated Fluorine both times I fought it. Because the first time I fought Fluorine, it became the only robot, and I can still say this to this day, Fluorine's the only robot to ever knock space junk in the pit. And then the second time I fought you, you just busted the weapon right off. And the only other person that's ever done nearly that much damage to the weapon of space junk was Robert with a scalar kick. So Fluorine is pretty terrifying, and I definitely underestimated it.
Yeah, I tend to underestimate myself going into fights.
Me too.
Also to help with the confidence.
I either underestimate myself or overestimate myself. There is no in between.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. Both events went very well.
Well, I hope I didn't damage the arena any much with Fluorine. I don't think I did.
It's all your fault. How could you?
Fluorine can't even hit the floor normally, so it's not. When it does hit the floor, the weapon isn't spinning because it's after I've delivered a big old bang to someone.
Yeah, I mean there were some pretty devastating hits to the floor. I think the floor's fine. You don't really have to really do any more repairs. You may have to sand a couple of areas because the floor might be popping up in a few areas, so you might have to cut that down. But you really don't have to repair the arena's floor. It's nowhere near as damaged as it was after the first event, but maybe repaint it for one, make it look nice, and hopefully we see red and blue starting squares next time. Because I heard that was going to be a thing. I saw you do that. I heard that was going to be a thing for this event, and then suddenly it wasn't.
That's fine. If I can add the
love to
squares
see
next
that
time. I can add the squares in about 5 seconds.
Well, hopefully we have some real starting squares with spray paint or something.
I didn't think they looked that bad. I think it added a little bit of charm.
I have red and blue spray paint. I was tempted to bring it with me, but I knew spray paint won't dry in time. If I did it a couple hours before a fight start, they wouldn't dry in time.
But anyway.
Otherwise, I would have done it myself with spray paint. But hopefully we see that for next time. But yeah, otherwise, very, very fun competition.
Yep.
A lot of people enjoyed it, I could tell. Yeah, we had a lot more volunteers this time, which helped make the competition run more smoothly, which we love to see that. And I think I was told by some people who this was either their first competition or their first time going to an Ocala competition. they were telling me that I'm definitely coming back to the next one. So I'm excited to see some of the people that were there this weekend at the next one, or perhaps at Ruckus.
Yeah.
Grand drawn squares. Yep. So true.
Yeah. I might. It's almost like 2:00, and I gotta go. I don't have to do much, but I kind of want to wrap up the stream soon because I've kind of gone over the what I went to talk about. I mean, it's been fun.
We had some fun fights for sure, and congrats again on 4th place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, filling in the divots. That's a good idea.
I had surgery at the.
Oh, that makes sense. Hope you're recovering very well, though.
Yeah, same. Apparently, Robert and Helen are going to go on like a date of Texas Roadhouse this weekend, which is nice.
Oh yeah, speaking of Texas Roadhouse,
did you get some gift cards to give out the next event?
I would have one if somebody gave me one.
You weren't competing for one thing, and two.
I'm waiting.
I don't know, man. I just I wanted to give it to like a competitor, to be honest. I thought it'd been more funny, and it kind of was.
That's okay. I got a couple of poker chips from Helen, so shout out to Helen for the new poker chips. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, she gave me one as well. I don't know where it is, but I also have one.
She gave me 2. One for me, one for a teammate who couldn't be there.
Nice. Well, I'm just gonna, I guess, kind of start wrapping it up because I can't really think of anything else to talk about, and I've covered all. I at least covered all the stuff I wanted to cover with the event. So yeah, overall, excellent event. I missed 5 hours working. That's a lot of sick leave time. Good job on saving it up.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, good event, excellent event overall. I am very, very, very happy with how Florian did, even though it lost half its fights. Most of those losses were either just bad luck or just I made a driving error, and that's fine. I can kind of come back. I can find ways around that. I just have to have a bit more luck next time, and I could probably go a bit further and just drive a bit better. And I think I stand a good chance of finally achieving some podium finishes again, which is going to be great. And maybe I'll actually start winning events again. That was fun. I want to get back to my peak form.
Yeah.
24 years? That's impressive, Robert. Like I said, good on you.
Very good. Yeah, for sure. And hopefully all the winners are enjoying their Polymaker prizes, which they've all been sent out already. So hopefully everybody that made it to the podium, they're enjoying their Polymaker coupons. And the trophies that they got. The trophies came out really good. I actually happen to have a trophy right here.
For what? Best event organizer?
Actually, it's a first place trophy.
In our hearts.
First place for running competition. I don't know. I'll explain more on my live stream next week.
Yeah, do that. That's a better idea. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, in the future, gonna just have more spares ready for competitions, so just to be better prepared, and maybe new fork designs, maybe some nice long ones to try and get under people more effectively than this. We'll see. I'm going to be experimenting a lot. I do have some time for that. But yeah, thank you to the people who joined in the chat up there and the people who joined here and there for this little this little thing we all did. This little recap. Glad people could join, and just thanks for coming. And I will see you in a couple hours to watch the episode together, which will be fun, hopefully.
Yeah.
Sure. Everyone else should do that as well. Go check out the BattleBots channel. They'll have it up in a couple hours. It's going to be hopefully great. Jeez. I don't know what a Brachyra 4.
True.
I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look that up. But oh, for Pete's sake, I'm trying to wrap things up.
That's actually a good idea, though. I'll send you some pictures, Darren. It'll make more
please do. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. I've been Darren Cadillac, the team captain of this silly team. That's been John.
Thank you for having me.
The guy with the amazing, luscious beard of awesome.
Other way.
I can't tell which way is which because on my screen you're over here, but on your screen
it's the other way. On your end, it's mirrored.
This has been the guy with the awesome beard. I've been the guy with the glasses. Caden was the smart one, and thanks for joining. I will hopefully have more of these. I'll see y'all next time. I'll probably appear on another person's stream, and once I figure out. And just next time I have a competition, there'll be videos and such. Anyway, thanks for coming. I'm going to sign off. See y'all next time.
See ya. Thanks for having.
And there we go.